what did I read? 46-man crew, so 50 people. Talk to me about like day-to-day life, because I'm sure what I take for granted is issues down there. Like we're
Oh
mentioning all this
gosh, yeah,
frozen temperatures. I mean, water is a problem.
yeah, yeah. It's nothing like it. And I think I think a lot of people will enjoy about the book is I talk about the recruitment process and the process to get hired down there and the kind of people that apply and the interview process that you go through to be particularly a winner over. That's a whole different
Wait.
thing.
There's more than just saying yes. I'll go with you.
Yeah, we listen. I write about that. There's folks that might raise their hand quickly and say I'm going, and then once they're down there, you don't want them. So there's all kinds of vetting that occurs to make sure that you don't, you spend a lot of money on someone to get them that far south, and then you take a chance that once that last aircraft flies out, February 15th, you're stuck with them till maybe November. And that's a long time to be with someone that's gone crazy or is unhappy or whatever. So there is a vetting process prior, and sometimes it's difficult to recruit, and sometimes you end up taking someone who maybe you're not sure of. But most people that go down there, superb folks, and they want to be there, and it's just nothing like a South Pole winter crew, which actually for me ranged from 40 to or 42 to 45. I think I'm wrong in the book because we didn't recruit one position, but that's the crew, and you're with those people for months and months in total isolation, and very many interesting issues happen, both technically with the site and things you have to take care of to make sure the water lines don't freeze, that the generators run, and then the more interesting for most people, the people situations, what occurs with people in isolation for that long.
Yeah, I kind of bridged that question of technical jargon but when you get people involved, 46 people, no matter where they're at, there's going to be personality is the nice way to put that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you think somebody, but like I write in the book, in Denver office at the Centennial headquarters, you're interviewing this person wearing nice clothes. You have something they want. They want to go to the South Pole. They'll tell you about anything. They're pleasing. They're this. They're that. Well, maybe 4 months, 5 months later, down there when it's minus 100, it's been dark for months, and they're sick of everything. Then see how they are, and most people I've found get through it just fine, but some folks do have a hard time with it, and then you can have issues, and it's a real rough place to have issues with people because your options are kind of limited to what you can do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but let's dive back into the actual problem there. You said months of darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, the sun starts going down. Now, see, the last aircraft leaves February 15th, and you're going to start to see the sun going down a little bit each day, and it makes these long shadows when you're outside. And finally around, March or something, it starts getting into a certain phase of darkness, and that'll last all the way up until about, beginning of September or so. So you have months of, darkness. So not only will you not have another aircraft, or you're going to be totally isolated, the temperature is going to drop, and and then it's dark, and that some people have a hard time with darkness, and particularly for that long.
Well, I was going to say, being dark outside all the time can't help your mood or knowing what time's up. Okay, this just popped in my mind. I'm going to ask it like an idiot because I didn't look it up. Like I said, just literally popped in my mind. Which somehow baffles me because we were talking before the show about how I spend a week looking at this stuff and kind of digging into it. But here we are. Found something I didn't look up. I'm familiar with the Northern Lights, with all the great light show. Is there a Southern equivalent?
Yeah, there sure is. And that's a great question. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there is. The Aurora Australis versus the Aurora Borealis in the north, and it's basically the same. I don't know which one would have a higher intensity. But it's the same kind of thing. And so when I was out walking, it might be total darkness, but you could have a raging aurora above, or a full moon, which was another thing I really liked when I was out there. And I'm not going to say it was like daylight, but I'm going to say that it is. You could make out things, and it was you weren't going to get a suntan. Let me tell you that.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. It's moonshine or something. You get. I don't know.
One of my Australian listeners just pointed out they had 105 positive degrees Fahrenheit last week. So
okay, see, there you go.
Either way, like I'm sitting at 40 right now, and I'm thinking, 105 sounds hot, and a negative 105 sounds just miserable. I'll take my 40, I guess, and be happy.
Yeah, sure thing.